What do you do when your nonprofit board votes to approve a major new project and then completely abandons it the second the meeting ends? It's one of the most frustrating, exhausting traps in the nonprofit sector. And if you've spent any time in the trenches as an executive director, you've probably lived through a version of it. Today, I want to take you behind closed doors into a high stakes boardroom dilemma I recently coached an organization through. It's a textbook case of what happens when a room fractures, and it carries a massive lesson for leaders trying to scale their impact without burning out. Imagine this setup. A nonprofit had just successfully crossed the finish line of a massive, exhausting capital campaign. The team was ready to celebrate, but immediately, one highly enthusiastic, influential board member started pushing a brand new agenda. It's time to expand our services into an entirely new geographic area. Now, the majority of the board was privately against it. They felt it was simply too much too soon for the staff to handle, and they weren't ready to go back to their contacts to ask for money for another new project. But under intense pressure during the meeting, they reluctantly voted to approve the expansion anyway. Then came the true crisis. The moment the meeting adjourned, reality set in. Half of the trustees explicitly stated behind the scenes that they would not support the project financially, nor would they talk to the community to champion it. So, as the leader, you are left holding an approved expansion project on paper, but a leadership team that completely refuses to carry the weight. How do you salvage a project when your own board abandons their own vote? Here's the ugly truth. Most leaders try to fix this by pushing harder. The executive director schedules more meetings, sends more data, and tries to force compliance. But that just breeds resentment. Instead, this organization took a brilliant relationship first approach. They stopped pushing from the top down and leveraged the absolute power of peer to peer influence. They went to one of their most long standing, universally respected trustees, someone who believed in the project, asked him to step up. He personally called each of the skeptical board members for a casual one on one conversation. He shared exactly why he believed in the expansion and why he suggested that they back it. Because it came from a trusted peer, not an exhausted staff member, the dynamic completely shifted. Every single board member ultimately contributed financially and agreed to actively support the project. Here is my coaching takeaway for you today. Peer to peer influence among board members is infinitely more powerful than an executive director pushing an agenda. When you need to align a fractured room, stop carrying the burden alone. Find your internal champion within the room, equip them, and let them lead the conversation. Setting these kinds of strategic leadership boundaries is what keeps fundraising sustainable and, yes, actually fun. Be sure you subscribe to my channel to learn even more about boardroom dilemmas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the boardroom.